What's up everybody? Mike McIntyre here. I'm back with a brand new video. I have for you the Puma Future 2.1s. Now I've done a review on the Puma Future before. I had the first generation ones. They were a fantastic boot. This one is updated. They've tweaked a few things. They've made the boot better. We're going to take a look at it for you today. We're going to unbox it and review it and of course flip it on feet to show you what this boot is all about. So stay tuned. Let's get into it. Before we get into the video, I just want to give a quick shout out to Evangelista Sports. They are the ones that hooked me up with this boot for this review. If you are interested in picking up anything related to soccer from Evangelista Sports, be sure to check that link down below in the description. It'll be a link directly to these shoes, but you can browse the site, check out anything you like. They are a great company. They're fantastic to work with. Give them a shout out, show them some love, and let's get right into this video. So let's begin with an unboxing. Inside, you do have this sort of graphic right here that shows you different ways to lace the boots. You have the narrow foot, the wide foot, the goal machine, the showboat, or the speedster. After all, this boot is marketing towards that NetFit technology, how to lace them up and customize the fit. Let's show you what's inside. You do get an extra pair of laces. I think those would actually look good with this colorway. So you do get an extra pair of laces right there. We're going to take those off to the side. So there's a quick look at the Puma Future 2.1s. This colorway was released for the 2018 World Cup. They just released a brand new colorway today. This is sort of bright orange colorway, and between the two, I actually think I like this colorway a little bit better. It's all pulled in together really well, so I just think that this colorway, out of the one that released today and out of this one, I actually think I like the way this one looks a little bit better. I do like this sort of green turquoise color they have for the majority of the upper, and this sort of Illuminate color just contrasts the sort of turquoise color really nicely. So in terms of specs, this boot features a NetFit technology upper, and so what that is essentially is a continuation from the first generation. Puma have developed this NetFit design on the outside of the upper here that will essentially allow you to sort of customize the laces in whichever way you want to dial in the perfect fit. So on the first generation boot, the shapes of the actual NetFit system were a little bit more like hexagonal kind of, and on this one they're a little bit more diamond pattern, so I actually think they'll be a little bit better or a little bit easier to lace up. And the other thing was the first gen had the NetFit super tight to the actual upper material itself. This time around it's a little bit easier to get your fingers in it, to tighten it up and lace it up, and I actually think that they've improved the design overall of the actual NetFit system itself. However, I don't think they actually give you as many options this time around just because of the way the NetFit is sort of wrapped around the upper material. Essentially, there's a seam here, so where you see this sort of color change between the turquoise and that sort of Illuminate color, that seam as I follow around my finger all the way through there, and then you can see there's like this plastic texture where my thumbs are. That is not actually usable in terms of customizing the lacing system. So right here there's a little bit of a seam. It's like this silicone protection layer that a lot of knitted boots are doing to protect the actual upper material. That is all unusable. So this forefoot, essentially just a regular upper material. The outside part here and here, wherever you see that Illuminate color, that sort of purpley color, is not actually usable. It is a really good overall design. I think it's a brilliant technology actually. The other change that they've made to sort of update it from the first generation one is the collar itself here. It's not changed in terms of shape, but they just sort of retweaked the sort of pattern that they've used to stitch this sort of Evoknit stock collar that they've designed. So that is pretty much it for upper tech specs. We're going to talk a little bit about the Soleplate. The Soleplate is completely unchanged from the first generation one. Again, it's a mix of bladed and conical studs. And then of course you can see that they have these stiffener bars underneath the midfoot to sort of just give you that stability that you need and require from a Soleplate. And it's actually quite flexible from right out of the box. The shoe is really good right out of the box. I don't think it'll take too much time to break in. The upper is quite soft, not as soft as something like a Evo Power Vigor, just because it's not nearly the same sort of material. That one was a little bit thinner. This one they've had to reinforce a little bit with those silicone layers, and we're just going to slip them on feet to show you guys what they fit and feel like. From right out of the box, these boots fit really well. They're very similar to the first generation. There's not too much to talk about in terms of fit. If you are interested in picking up a pair for yourselves, I would strongly recommend going true to size. They do fit really well. I like the way that they feel. The collar is quite good. Again, it is a very comfortable Evoknit sock. It sort of balances nicely that sort of loose yet comfortable feel while still remaining snug to your foot and compressed. So it's a nice balance between those two feelings. I love the way that you can actually dial in the lacing system for yourselves. Personally, I don't think I would play with that too much. I did a video on how to lace the previous Puma Futures for yourselves, just to give you a few ideas on how you might go about it. Again, I would stick with that method. I would put the boot on myself, take the laces out, and while the boot is on my foot, just fool around with different options and different lace loops. And once I dialed it in, I don't think I would change it. I really think that's just the way to go. The Soleplate is comfortable from out of the box. I don't feel any overbearing sort of stud pressure or anything like that. And I would suggest going true to size, as I said before. So it's a very good release from Puma. Again, it's one that I think is probably overlooked by a lot of people. It's light, it's modern, it's got everything that you would want in it, and you are interested in sort of dialing in that perfect fit for you. This is really a solid option, and it's definitely a boot I think you should take a look at. So that's it, guys. That's my review of the Puma Future 2.1s. Be sure to leave a like, comment down below. I'll definitely get an answer out to you if you have any questions or anything like that. This was Mike McIntyre from All Things Sports. I'll be back shortly with a brand new video, so stay tuned for the next episode. And until then, take care.